Okay, let's get this show on the road. Switching over to the main camera, activating some music in the background, and let's start some painting. This is going to be a little different than normal because we're actually going to talk our way through this. So, any of you who want to do some cities as well, you'll get some background on what we're doing here. And we'll have some background so I can keep track of time as well. So, for a city, I'm using the night sky, and we're going to change the lighting here. Come here. I wanted to have sort of a nighttime feel, so I'm going for a blue top light, but I'm going to have a strong yellow-orange underlight with very little fill light, and pull that underneath. So you can see I'm going for a bit of a top night with an underglow from the city lights itself. Let's see how this goes. I'm going dinosaur size, so I can make a couple of buildings to start with. Straight edge, hull brush, big as I can, thumb lock. That's pretty close. A little bit smaller. Let's not do it right in front of my own body here. A little bigger again. And then one more, a little smaller here. Okay. Let's get a triangle building. There we go. Let's get some pointy buildings. Nice tall one. How about one over here? We're going to do another fairly tall one. But then we're going to do a regular one as its base. Out here. That's pretty close. Okay, that's just the shells we're going to start with. Now we're going to customize them. A whole city, I'm going to duplicate these. So first let's customize these up a little bit. Let's get some lights on some of them. Bright yellow dots. A little smaller. That's pretty good. Let's cheat. Oops. It's pretty good. You can see what I'm doing here. More fluorescent light. Let's do Okay, might as well continue what we're doing. You can see it's mostly just dots and straight lines. So now let's get some Christmas lights to simulate antennas and things. Antenna lights, using just the straight line and Christmas trees. Trying to get a couple of different ones so you get some different colors in there. There we go. Most of the tall buildings get these. Oh, we don't want red. We've done lots of red. Blue, that works. Okay, I got this little building down here. Let's give it a big light. Okay. Buildings have a little personality. Let's get a few more things going here. Let's get some traffic. So we're going to use streamers. One direction is pretty far white. And the other direction is pretty much red. I can do a couple different sizes and different directions. There. So now I've got traffic in the city. Looks like we need a few more lights in here. Yeah. So this is just the base of the city. So now I'm going to select it all. And let's make this a whole city. Make sure you put them in at different angles, slightly different sizes. Rotate things around. See where things might fit together. Okay. So now you can see we have a bit more city going. Since I'm on a pretty good computer, I'm actually going to select all again and really go for it. Why not, right? Though once you get this big, you do sort of need a steady hand. Let's do another corner over here. Finally, one more over here. And let's see how this looks at actual size. Okay. I've got a pretty interesting city environment started here. Let's do it like that right now. But before we do, let's start doing things like depth and distance. So I'm actually going to go for a dark blue smoke, I think. And that blue smoke in the distance, oops, we don't need the straight edge for this. I'm keeping it very pale, so you hopefully don't notice the smoke itself too much, but just notice the fact that things tend to fade away into the distance. The more layers of smoke, the more fading, so I'm keeping overall it's fairly light, but in the distant ones, there's going to be more, partly because it's built up from distance, but partly because I'm actually painting a little more here. It's hard to tell, but there's a bluish glow that tends to wash things out here. Okay. But it's still everything's duplicate, so now we get to give it a little more personality. So you can see how there are open spaces and things. So I'm going to get a nice dark green since it's supposed to be night. And splatter in a little park over here. A couple of different shades of green. A little splash of greenery. There's a park. I don't know how well you can see that. Let's get out of the way here. Or over here, let's put in some construction. So I'm going to grab a bright yellow. And we're going to get that framework. Hypergrid. Reactivate our straight edge. See this? Make more of a gray for the cable. It's almost invisible, isn't it? So we'll make it a very white cable. There we go. That should be a familiar sight to city people. Let's grab that and put a couple of those around the city. Whoops. Don't need you. Okay. City takes on more personality as you start putting in individual little moments and scenes. So parks, maybe we'll get some police action, find some clear spot and we'll add some blue and white blinking lights, that type of thing. Or maybe we'll add helicopters, that type of stuff. Once you got the city going, billboards. Let's see, I'm going to grab duct tape, large size, straight edge. Billboard. Maybe I'll take one of these areas. Let's make one of a really big triangle building and give it some character. And we'll get our gray material. So make that one bigger than the others. Look at that. Now we use the white dots to make it look very different from the other triangle buildings. First we'll use some big dots near the top. That song shows we're getting near the end of today, but we can start to see how we're making this city come alive, adding these individual little points of detail. I've got to add a couple of lights on top of him. There we go. Now that I've got the big city, we can go crazy. Let's add this little tiny sparks of light all over the place. Get some colors in here. And a light brush. I'm just adding little flecks to give you depth and detail. So thanks for joining us. We do this every week here at Shameless Mayhem. Whether it's youtube.com Shameless Mayhem or Twitch TV Shameless Mayhem for the live stream. Teaching tilt brush and tilting at brushes. Helping you do more VR art. Hoping to give you inspiration. Give us any questions you have in the comments below. Or any suggestions on classes you'd like to see. I hope you had fun. I had a lot of fun making this one. Think of what you could do if you spent an hour or two instead of just 20 minutes. Have fun, everybody.